On 1st and 10, Darnold. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They run with a rookie from Virginia State, Trenton Cannon, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Now let's go. Boo, landed.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate?
And Crowell lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week. Forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We're going desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Henry Anderson able to drop him for a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. Oh, shifty. Whoa. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin with a run by Corral. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd down, Darnold toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Off of play action, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Play action. It's Darnold. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Anunu's got it, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot. That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen off the play fake. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Avery Williamson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Lucky 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Back to throw, Darnold. Letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Neil Sterling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Buffalo after this. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Allen now looks to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Darnold on first down. Complete outright to Kurz. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Shaq Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Darnold. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
On play action, Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Allen going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Copeland in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. A give to McCoy. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Bills send the... And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now Allen, this complete to the tight end Clay. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have the connection with Foster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now we'll run with a fullback Johnson. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll go with the keeper. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Leonard Williams. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
4 down.
Throwing now is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's caught right side by Anderson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very solid gain of 27. A first down throw, Darnold. The grab made by Curse over the middle. He was looking for a Nunwa there, and now it's second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. To throw on second down is Darnold. Nunwa's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off of play action, Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's a quarterback sneak. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run. This is Powell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a handoff to Crowell. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Crowell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari ride.